Namaste and welcome to your practice. My name is Ashura, and in this practice we will be doing a general class that is intended to rejuvenate you, revitalize you, expand and lift your energy, and charge up your pranic aura field. So there will be a blend of breath work, kriyas, and asana poses in this class, and there will be no vinyasa. So this is a great class for anybody who has any shoulder pain or can't do chaturangas. This is a perfect class for you because we will be skipping all of those poses in this practice. Let's go ahead and dive in right away. Come to a comfortable seat on your mat. You can sit cross-legged, you can sit on a blanket or a block or a cushion, and you can sit sukhasana in just regular cross legs, or you can take lotus or half lotus pose. And we'll start this practice just grounding into the earth. Put your palms down on your knees if you're feeling a little scattered today. And if you'd like to receive energy and you're feeling really open and maybe more extroverted, you can put your palms up. I'm going to put my palms down. Close your eyes and tune into your energy. How do you feel today? As energetic beings, our energy is constantly fluctuating. It's always changing, sometimes higher, sometimes lower, sometimes focused, sometimes scattered. And as you feel into your natural life force energy charge today, just observe without judgment that it's always changing, that you are a fluid, energetic being, and how you feel now is different from how you will feel by the end of this practice, or even tomorrow, or even compared to how you felt yesterday. Because your energy is always changing, this means that you are always changing. You're not the same person you were yesterday. You are not the same person you were 5 minutes ago, and you will not be the same person you are now by the end of this practice. You're ever flowing, ever changing, ever evolving. And your only job is just to be present with those fluctuations of what is, experiencing all of it to its fullness. Start to deepen your breathing. Long, slow, smooth inhales through the nose. Slow down your exhales, maybe even sigh out through the mouth. Intentional, more fluid, long, slow, smooth breathing. Bring your hands to heart center. Seal your palms in front of your heart. Thumbs touch the sternum, lengthen through the back of the skull, get a little taller. And we'll just chant one Sat Nam, honoring the one non-changing thing within you, which is the ever-present truth, the divine truth, the constant soul that you are, behind the changes, behind the persona. And that truth is always permanent and within you, even amongst all of the changes. Take an inhale. Sat Nam. And open the eyes. Wonderful. Take your hands straight up overhead here and your palms touch. And get your biceps back by your ears. And we'll take Ujjayi breathing here. On your inhale, maybe you lean back and take a soft arch in the back bend. And as you exhale, you straighten out the spine. It's like cat-cow movement. Inhale to lean back. Exhale to soften the ribs down. Inhale to open and expand, filling up the pranic energy through the heart space. And exhale to come back to neutral, filling that pranic energy shoot straight up from the base to the fingertips. And just moving at your own pace. Inhale to arch back. Reach your arms way back and exhale to find neutral. And keep this going. You can bring the head and neck into it if that feels good. Tap in to any areas where you feel like there's stuck energy. See if you can break it up with the breath. And notice if the palms start to come away from each other, and maybe just glue the heel of the hand back together for 3 more. And on your last one, let the hands come down by the knees, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Again, rolling out any kinks. And then we'll just take the hands onto the shoulders with bare claws. Grab onto your shoulders, get your elbows parallel with the shoulders, and we're just moving right and left. I'm gonna put my hair back and behind. Inhaling to the right, exhaling to the left. Keep your sit bones anchored into the mat, and you can chant Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam with each breath in your head. Start to feel all the stagnant energy breaking up. In and out through the nose. Increasing the pace. The neck moves with the spine naturally, neutral. Keep your eye gaze focused on your third eye. Thirty more seconds. Sat Nam, Sat Nam. And then let it go, just sit still here. Deepen your breath, Ujjayi, constrict the back of the throat, hear the soft whisper, hands can be down or up, what's intuitive for you. Feel your own life force energy here, permeating your entire vessel. Feel the electricity pulsing through your body. And sit up a little taller, roll the shoulders back, take a big inhale, a cleansing breath, audible sigh out, intentional, let it go, exhale. We'll do 2 more, and this time we'll stick out the tongue, open the eyes for lion's breath. Cross the eyes and bring your gaze to the tip of the nose. It's a real guttural exhale through the back of the throat. It's a cleansing breath. It's as if you're pushing everything toxic, any stuck energy, stuck thoughts out on the exhale. Let's do it again. Inhale. Really fill the lungs up, pull the belly in, and then exhale. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Expand the lungs, expand the ribs, and then let it go. Wonderful. Now take the hands, interlace the hands, flip the palms away from you. We'll take our next kriya. On your inhale, reach the arms out, and on your exhale, pull the arms back in. The elbows stay in line with the shoulders, the palms stay away. It's an inhale forward, exhale back. We're just here for 2 minutes. You can close the eyes, focus on the third eye. Let your arms be fluid, rapid. Last minute. It's okay if the hands touch the chest. It's like a rubber band snapping back. And then release, hands down. Again, feel the energy, inhale. Exhale. And already just tune in the shift in energy that's already taken place from these kriyas. These kriyas are literally energy cleansers. All these movements, all this breath work is purposely cleansing the energy body. And it is something that is observable. You can actually feel the difference. And then open the eyes. We'll take Nadi Shodhana. This is alternate nostril breathing. And this breath is just closing off the right nostril with the thumb. You can keep the elbow in line with the shoulder, inhaling only on the left. Hold the breath in, switch sides, close off your left nostril with your ring finger, remove your thumb so that your right nostril is released, and exhale only on the right. Now inhale right. Use your thumb, close off the right, exhale left. Continue this breath work at your own pace. Inhale on one side, exhale, switch sides. Inhale, same side, exhale, switch sides. Continue this at your own pace. Keep your spine tall and long. This breath is balancing out the energy channels on either side of the body, the feminine, the masculine, the Ida and Pingala, in bringing your entire system to a state of balance between action and receiving, initiation and resting. You're harmonizing both hemispheres of the brain. And if you'd like to draw awareness to that centered experience energetically, you can bring your pointer finger and your middle finger to your third eye. Hold the space there with the fingers so that your awareness is drawn to the third eye and continue the breath with that internal gaze. And as you do this breath, you can imagine the energy flow as you inhale on one side, coming up from the earth, inhaling up through the spine, coming up to the crown of the head, and like an arc and a rainbow coming back down to the other side when you swish nostrils. And then as you inhale on the other side, the energy rises from the floor up, arcs up over the head, and then comes back down on the exhale, only to repeat itself, creating a rainbow of light, uniting all of your chakra centers up over your head, all the colors of the rainbow back and forth. Following the arc and the peak with your mind's eye when it hits at the top, and then going down as you exhale. Last few breaths. On your final exhale, hands onto the knees. Take an inhale through both nostrils. Fill your lungs to their full capacity. And exhale through both nostrils. And open the eyes. Wonderful. Bring your right hand down onto the mat. Reach your left arm up overhead. And maybe you can take your left hand all the way up over, reach for the outer edge of your mat, anchor down through your left sit bone. Maybe drop your elbow to the mat and go even deeper. If you notice your left sit bone lifts, just come back up to the palm. It doesn't matter how deep you go. Just feel that line of energy going from sit bone through ribs, through shoulder, through fingertips, and start to rotate your heart chakra up towards the sky. Breathe. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, switch sides. Right arm up overhead. Right sit bone down. Look up under your underarm. And maybe you can go a little deeper. Maybe you stay. 3 breaths here. And inhale back to center. Beautiful. Go ahead and come into all fours for cat-cow. Stack your knees under your hips, your palms under your shoulders. And move with the breath. Drop your belly down as you inhale, lift your chest up, look up. And as you exhale, press the floor away from you, tuck your chin into your chest, around your spine. Tune into your energy body. Notice if there's any areas that feel stuck or stiff. Maybe take some extra time there and hold to expand or contract. And you can also take neck rolls or hip circles if that feels good, whatever feels good for you. And then tuck your toes under. On your next exhalation, send your hips high to the sky. Come into downward facing dog. Shake out your head, left, right. Pedal out your knees, your feet. Then hold this upside down V shape. Pull the energy up from the floor through your palms. See that line of energy come from your hands, through your shoulders, through your ribs, your hips, and then out through your root chakra. Pull energy up from your feet, through your knees, through your hips, and then out through the sacrum. Smooth, deep breathing. Connect with your breath. Pull your belly into your back body. Create space. Hollow out the stomach. See if when you breathe, you can expand the back of the ribs. Notice where you're collapsing with your weight. See if you can correct that by adding more of a focus. For me, it's my shoulders. You can push the floor away through the webbing of the hands. Wrap the elbows in. Shoulders slide away from the ears. Create more space, more length in the spine. And on your exhale, drop your knees, child's pose. Untuck your toes, reach your fingers forward, drop your forehead to the mat. And in this child's pose, just offer your heart down to the earth. In gratitude, you can bring your hands to prayer behind your head. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this life. Thank you for all the many blessings in my life. Set any intentional offerings now for your day. May I be a vessel of love. May I communicate the ways of divinity. May I contribute light and love in all my interactions. And then return to your downward facing dog. Look forward, walk your hands up to the top of the mat. Hang out in a ragdoll, separate your feet hip width apart. Let the energy just fold and flow over you like a waterfall. Up over the back, up over the skull. Hollow out your belly. Create more space for your belly to rest onto your thighs. You can keep a soft bend in your knees. Play with your weight, shift forward and back, side to side. See if you can tap into the natural movement of the pranic body. There's energy dancing inside of you, and when you let go, sometimes you can tap into that spiral flow of energy and you can feel it moving you. Spiraling, circling, swaying. Let it go where it wants to go. Bring your hands to your hips. Bend your knees a lot. Start to come up with a flat back. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down at the top. And stand firm in your Tadasana, mountain pose. Bring your toes and heels to touch. Bring your awareness to your feet. Imagine pulling the energy up from the earth through the feet, up through the legs, all the way up through the spine and out through the crown of the head. Imagine yourself here. Your eyes can be closed as if you're getting charged by the earth, kind of like a cell phone that's getting plugged in. You are plugged in to the electromagnetic force of the earth, receiving, being charged. And then when you're ready, go ahead and open up wide on your mat to face the side of your mat for Veerabhadrasana 2. Open up your feet very wide, wider than your shoulders. Turn your right toes out, bend into your front knee, and bring your arms out in line with your shoulders. Make sure to slide your back heel out so you have a 45-degree angle at the hips. Bend deeply into your front knee. Rip the mat apart with your feet. And let your shoulders be buoyant, your head be buoyant over the hips. Smooth, deep breathing. Focus your eye gaze in front of your middle finger. The Ujjayi breathing is a deep whisper in the back of the throat. The belly is in and up, and the breath comes through the rib cage. The ribs expand and contract as you breathe. Focus on that area of the body as you breathe. Feel the energy accumulating there. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, turn your toes in and switch sides. Keep your arms extended. Bend deeply into your left leg. You might need to widen your stance. Look out over your front fingertips and continue your Ujjayi breathing. We're just here for 3 to 5 breaths. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, turn your toes in. Bring your hands to your hips. We'll take a wide-legged forward fold here. Inhale, lift your chest up. Pull your elbows back. Expand your heart space. Maybe let your head go back. On your exhale, shift from the hips, forward fold. Hands can come to the blocks or down. It doesn't matter how far you go. You can always use blocks. Press through the outer edges of the feet. Start to separate the sit bones and maybe come down. If you make it down, grab onto the outer edges of the feet. Bend your elbows out left and right. Soften your shoulders away from your ears and shift your weight forward. Breathe. Notice the areas that need extra breath scent to expand and soften the tightness or the stuck energy. For me, it's the connection point where my femur bones connect to my hips. I'm sending an extra breath to that area. You
You can play with any arm variations you like. Maybe walk the hands back or interlace the hands back behind you. Let the hands rest past the shoulders toward the floor, heavy. Breathe into the areas that feel stuck. Invite relaxation. And then bring your hands back up to the center. And just take micro movements. Soft lunges, bend into your right leg and then bend into your left leg. Return to center. Bring your hands to your hips. Bring your hands in front of your heart space, palms down, bend your knees, and hop your feet together, Tadasana. Wonderful. If you have your blocks, bring them to the top of the mat. And from here, just put them toward the outer edges of the mat. Come to stand facing the top of your mat, blocks out in front of you. For pyramid pose, Parvottanasana. Bring your hands to your hips. We'll start with the right leg. Keep your right foot where it is. Just step your left foot back about 1/3 and pull your right hip back, left hip forward. Bring your hands up, back behind the ears, kind of like we did in the beginning of the practice. Inhale to lift the chest and lean back. Exhale, round your chin into your chest, round your back, and come down. First, all the way to the floor with a round spine. Fingers are in prayer beyond your big toes, and if that's too much, that's okay. You can just drop your hands to the outer edges of your feet and see if you can just tuck your head to your knee. Maybe you can walk your hands back, middle of your legs, fingers point back towards your back toes. Round spine, chin tucked to the chest. You're getting into your upper, your middle back, and you're compressing the thyroid. Breathe into your back body. Walk your hands forward now. Bring your hands to your blocks. Maybe you need to walk your blocks back to frame your front foot. Bring more weight into your front leg. Pull your right hip back, your left hip forward. Flatten your spine now. You're at a halfway lift. Draw your shoulders down your back. Lift your chest, look up. Maybe even lift your toes, activate your legs. Breathe. 3 breaths. And keep your left hand where it is. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Pull your right hip back with your thumb. Lift your chest halfway. You might need to step your back foot out slightly to widen your stance. And if you feel comfortable, go ahead and lift your top arm up for Revolved Trikonasana. Feel the spiral of energy from the root chakra spiraling through the spine toward the crown of the head. Keep twisting and following that spiral of energy. I need to widen my stance. Do whatever you need to do to make this pose most beneficial and enjoyable. You might need to lower your block or lift your block. And then lower both hands down. Bring your fingertips out beyond your toes again, biceps by the ears. Activate your legs, keep your biceps by your ears. And inhale, lift up. Lean back. And exhale, hands to your hips. Grab your blocks, turn and pivot the feet, and turn to the other side. Place your blocks beyond your toes. Revolved on the left. Palms come back by the ears. Prayer hands, lock your thumbs. Inhale, lift your chest, lean back. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin into your chest. Get your forehead to your knee. Put your hands wherever you need to do that. You can always bend your front knee. Make sure your forehead is touching your knee, even if the knee's bent. Inhale, come forward. Bring your hands to your blocks. Walk your blocks back. Come up for a half lift. Ardha. Plant your palms on your blocks. Pull your left hip back. Shift your weight slightly forward into your front leg. Root down through your back heel and lengthen your spine out of your hips. Lengthen out through the crown of the head. Grow long. Maybe lift your chest and look up. Half lift. Soften your shoulders down your back. It's this length you want to keep when you work your way into the twist. Keep your hand on your right block, right palm down, right block down. Bring your left hand to your back hip and pull your left hip back using your palm. Right hip softly forward. Lift out of your right shoulder as you push your right palm down to start to spiral your ribs up. Maybe your left hand comes up, and you can always adjust your stance. Again, find that spiral energy. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. From the base of the tailbone through the crown of the head. Reach up, look up. Bring awareness to your belly as you breathe, Ujjayi breath. The exhale, the breath contracts. The inhale is the receiving of the pranic life force energy. The exhale is the initiatory draw of the air out. And spread through the fingers as you're reaching for something greater towards the sky. Hands down. Bring your palms out in front of your toes. Palms together if you can. Get your biceps back by your ears. And on an inhale, lift up, biceps stay by the ears. Come all the way up, lean back. And pivot to face the center. And exhale, jump your feet together. Roll your shoulders down your back. Bring your feet to stand in the center of your mat and find one gaze out in front of you. For tree pose, bring your hands to your hips, bend your right knee, open your right knee like a gate, slide your toe up your standing foot any amount. You can keep the toe on the earth if you feel too wobbly. Maybe your foot comes to your shin, maybe it comes to your inner thigh. Maybe you take half lotus if that's for you today. Bring your hands to your heart center. Lift your chest, soften your shoulders down, breathe. Inhale, receiving life force energy. Exhale, initiating the air out. Finding the balance between the masculine and the feminine, the effort, the non-attachment. The
half of the body that is active is beneath you. The part of the body that is receiving and soft is floating above the hips. And if you fall out, you can just come right back in. Integration, balance, union, the two polar opposites becoming one, merging right palm to left palm. And then right knee forward, drop it down, switch sides, shake it out. Right foot down, hands to hips. Open your left knee up. Slide your foot up your ankle, up to your thigh, wherever it was on the other side. Merge your palms together in front of your heart space. Active legs, buoyant upper body. Smooth, deep breathing. Focus your gaze, your drishti point. Connect back with your ujjayi breathing. The lateral expansion of your ribs right and left as you breathe. This is the space where time stops and ceases to exist in the union of the Shiva Shakti. We realize we are in the eternal now. And inhale, left knee forward, step it down. Hands down by your side. Beautiful. Come to lay on your stomach for Locust Pose. Lie down on your stomach. Separate your feet about hip width apart and bring your palms down in a V by your hips, forehead to the mat. On an inhale, lift your head and chest. On an exhale, lift your arms and legs. Inhale to reach. Exhale to lift. Hold here 5 breaths. The low belly's rooted, the hips are rooted. The inner thighs spiral together and up. Last breath. And exhale, lower left cheek to the mat, rest. Bring your forehead to the mat, zip up your legs. All 10 toes press into the mat, lift your kneecaps. Bring your palms underneath your shoulders. Elbows up like grasshopper legs. On an inhale, press the heel of the hand into the mat and draw the elbows down by the ribs. Slide the palms back with that grippy action as you lift the chest. Ujjayi breathing. Rather than breathing into the belly, breathe into the ribs. Keep the belly neutral. This brings the effort into the upper back instead of the belly lifting into the back bend. It's the ribs working side to side as you breathe. And exhale, right cheek to the mat. Rest.
Separate the legs now. Turn the toes out, the heels in for seal pose. Come onto your forearms like Sphinx, palms down. You can lift your chest here, and this might be where you are today, and that's fine. I always only want to go to the point of sensation. There's no achieving a perfect shape. It's just what you need. It's not about what the pose looks like. It's about how it feels. So if this is a deep enough back bend for you, you can stay here. If you want more, you can walk the palms closer to the body, turn the fingers out left and right like a seal. Draw the shoulders down the back. And then from here, wherever you are, we're looking right and left. With the breath, inhale right, exhale left. Imagine looking over the shoulder as you do this, and you can chant in your head, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. I am that eternal truth, right and left. Push out of the shoulders. I've noticed I'm sinking in, so I'm just going to lift up a little higher. And then return to center. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Inhale up, last one. And exhale down. Push all the way up to child's pose. You might need to lower to your belly first and then come to all fours. Find the path of least resistance for you. And for this form of child's pose, bring your knees together, sit on your heels, and bring your hands back by your feet. Round your head to the mat. Maybe just rock right and left. Come up, sit onto your heels, and interlace your hands back behind your low back. Now for this variation of Yoga Mudra or Yogi Mudra, you will release and offer your head to the mat, and as you do, your interlaced hands will start to come away from the back up towards the sky. If this is too intense, you can grab onto a strap and hold the strap back behind you instead. If you can't interlace your fingers, and that's fine, you can hold onto the strap. So either variation is fine. I'll actually use the strap for demonstration. And just exhale, drop your head to the mat and bring your arms up overhead. Reach your fingers to the sky, your interlaced fingers or holding onto the strap. Breathe. I'm going to come up and try the interlaced. Maybe you can too, or just stay where you are. Continue to reach your hands toward the sky, up over the head. And then inhale, come up. Hands down on your thighs. Feel the energy rush from the shoulders down. From here, we'll go into Yogi Toe Stand. Bring your hands forward, tuck your toes under, sit onto your heels. Pull apart all 10 toes and sit onto your heels with all 10 toes gripping the mat. You can stay here with palms up on your thighs or palms down on your thighs. And we will do kambakas here. This is a retention of the breath. So take an inhale through the nose, fill your lungs to its full capacity. And then hold the breath in. We'll try to hold for 1 to 2 minutes. Bring your awareness to your third eye. If at any time you need to take a break, you just come forward onto all fours, shake out your feet, and then return back. If your knees hurt, you can always roll a blanket or the front of your mat under your knees and just return. We're here for about 2 minutes, so you can always just come back in, we'll still be here. And then return to your breath retentions if you let it go like I just did. And exhale, let it go. Tap out your feet. Wonderful. Come to stand on your knees. You can tuck your toes under for camel pose, ustrasana, or keep your feet flat, whatever works for you. Bring your hands to your low back. You can always stay here. You don't have to go back. Inhale, rise up, lift your chest up. Exhale, go back any amount. Again, you can just keep your hands on your low back, whatever feels good for you, and imagine expanding and breaking open any stuck energy in the heart space. Deep Ujjayi breathing. Keep your eyes open. Grab the heels, push the hips forward. And then inhale, hands to low back. Help yourself up, sit back on your heels, palms up on your thighs. Tune in right away. The flush of energy drains from the crown of the head down. Just feel into that. Wonderful. Come to a comfortable seat. And from here, we'll take Firelog Pose. So you frame the front of your mat. I'm turning sideways so you can see me, but you can stay facing the top of your mat, and you're stacking shin upon shin. If this is too much, getting heel to knee and knee to heel, you can always sit Sukhasana and just cross one leg in front of the other. So choose which variation works for you, creating this square shape with the legs, or Sukhasana. Get your hips even. Inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, walk your hands forward any amount. Feel the stretch in your right hip. You can also put your head onto a block or onto your forearms to make this more of a resting shape. I'm actually going to scoot back so you can see me a little bit more here. Smooth, deep breathing. If you have your third eye on a block, bring your awareness to that space. Hold your steady gaze there. Or your head on your forearms. And as you breathe, draw your awareness to your back body. Feel your back body expand as you fill yourself up with the pranic life force energy. Feel it wrap around you. And inhale, come up, switch sides. Left leg on top or left leg in front. Firelog or Sukhasana. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, crawl forward and down right away. Path of least resistance, get right back into it. Notice as you direct your life force energy to those stuck spaces. That part of the body starts to naturally soften and relax. We have that ability to direct our life force energy with the exhale through the mind's eye. And inhale, start to come up. Move any props that are in the way from you lying down on your mat out of the way. And come to lay on your mat, but have a block nearby. Lay down in preparation for bridge pose. Bring your hands down to reach for your heels. Your knees are bent, your feet are hip width apart, your fingertips crawl and reach towards your heels. And on your next inhale, plant your heels into the mat. Start to roll your hips up, one vertebra at a time. Crawl and inch your shoulder blades closer together. You can always interlace your hands underneath you. Come into a bridge pose, squeeze your inner thighs. Press your heels into the earth. Lift your chest up towards your chin and breathe. Three breaths. And then slowly on your next exhale, roll your spine down one vertebra at a time until your hips re-meet the earth and you get that natural tilt of the spine. My hair was caught underneath me. It was a little slippery. We'll take this again, but this time we will not interlace the hands and we'll bring more of a kriya movement into the bridge pose. And we do this by inhale, lift the hips, and exhale to soften the hips down. So it's more of an active movement. So you can already bring your heels a little closer to your buttocks and reach your hands for the heels, or I like to grab the outer edges of the mat for more stability. Then on an inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, shoot the hips down, bump the sacrum to the earth. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. And we keep this going. You can glue the balls of your feet down as an anchor, and your shoulders act as an anchor. If you feel like this is causing any pain, please do not do the kriya and instead grab onto your block and just place your block underneath your sacrum, and we'll meet you there at the end. Slide your block under your sacrum and you can just wait and do Kapalabhati or Bhastrika breathing here. Like so. Otherwise, keep it going for 1 more minute. Legs are strong. Squeeze your inner thighs. If you need a break, take a break. About 30 more seconds. And then slowly bring it down, grab onto your block, slide your block right away underneath your sacrum on any height, medium, tall, low. And maybe lift your hips one more time to push your sit bones towards your knees, get length in your low back, and then palms up. Just rest here. Inhale. Exhale. Feel that energy again activated through your whole body. And if you like, you can straighten your legs. Again, if you have any low back pain, please just stay where you are. Otherwise, just see how this feels. And if you're okay here with legs straight, you can bring your right knee up towards your chest and give it a little pull. Keep your left heel rooted down. So as releasing sciatic pain and switch sides. Again, if there's any pain, just take whatever variation works for you. You can keep your knees bent, you can straighten your legs, or you can do one knee to chest like I am. Whichever variation is perfect. No absolute pose. There's many right ways to do these shapes and these asanas. Many right ways. And then release. Hang out wherever feels the best for you. Plant your feet down, lift your hips on your next inhale and slide the block out. Straighten your legs and just feel how you feel. Might want to tuck your shoulders together and in. Feel the effects of that shape. We'll take Plow Pose here. If Plow Pose is not in your practice, you can put your legs up a wall. Just spin if you're by a wall. Just take your legs up a wall, like so. Or you can take the block back underneath your sacrum and extend your legs to the sky. Otherwise, we'll just roll back and forth, forward and back here. I'm gonna just take my audio off to the side and rock and roll until you can grab onto your low back. Toes go back behind your head and keep your neck neutral here. You can bring your knees to your third eye. I like to do that, create a little pressure. Hollow out the belly, suck the belly in. Take whatever leg variations feel good, maybe even shoulder stand. Smooth, deep breathing. You're ready, grab onto the back of the mat. Slowly peel your spine down. One vertebrae at a time. Lowering all the way down. Legs extended. And start to come up into a fish pose. Slide your hands underneath your buttocks, creating a V shape or a diamond shape with your pointer finger and thumb. Press your forearms down and take your head back. Chest up, chin back. Forearms down on the floor, open heart, breathe into your heart space. Feel how your throat is open here. Feel the reverberation in your throat as you do ujjayi breathing. And then exhale, slowly come down, pick your hands out. And let's take a final twist here. Hands come into a goal pose shape. Bend your knees, drop your knees to the left, look to the right. Smooth, deep breathing. Fully present, fully integrated, connected with your life force energy that is generated through you, within you. How empowering it is to know that we can recharge that vital life force energy whenever we like. We can initiate that process on our own through the practices of yoga. Inhale to bring your knees back to center and exhale, switch sides. Knees drop to the left, gaze looks to the right. Last chance to wring out any stuck, unwanted, stagnant energy. Let it go, give it away. Inhale, center, and exhale, straighten your legs out one at a time. Final Shavasana. We'll actually chant Om here, supine. Take an inhale through the nose. Om on the exhale. That vibration of Om reverberating through your whole body, sending waves of healing, remembrance of the truth, the part of you that is non-changing with all these fluctuations of energy that you experience in human form, that you have this ability to dance with life through all of these changes and somehow not be identified with it, knowing always that there is a part of you, a piece of you that is ancient, non-changing, forever connected to your divine, one with your divine, can never be separated from your divine, whatever that means to you.
that your soul is eternal, and the fluctuations you are experiencing in your energy and the highs and lows of all of life's emotions are temporary. And that at any time in life, you have the ability to tap into the contentment and the peace and the steady comfort of stillness inside of you, just as you are now. Eternity is now. Let your whole body start to soften and relax. And give yourself permission at this time to fully let go. Nowhere to be, nowhere to go, nothing to do, nothing to figure out. You have already arrived. Please stay here and enjoy this blissful silence for as long as you'd like. And I will close this practice with you. Thank you for showing up to your mat today. Take this energy, this balanced energy with you into all of your interactions, spreading this peace and this goodness. From my heart to yours, namaste.